Am I really gonna have to drive somewhere? Oh, nope, I can't do that. Oh, glass. This is milk punch, one of the strongest drinks you can find in Cat Town. Milk and rum. Instant burning sensation. Even I can't stand it. I can't put an open glass in my pocket. I'm not gonna hold it around. Oh. Okay. I can fill my flask with some of the milk punch. Gulp, gulp. And done. Inspector, are you gonna drink that? Oh goodness, no. This stuff is probably 90% alcohol. So it could come in handy. And... oh, if I suck up the milk punch from the flask into the syringe, I could use it to do a precise spray from a distance. This could actually prove useful. Alright. Liquids do very well with internal circuits, right? I'll try using the syringe to aim the milk punch into the laser. Punch is so strong, maybe it'll bork up the electrical stuff inside, right? Guess I don't have any better options at the moment. Alright, here we go. Ooh, down the hatch it goes. Not too bad. We got sparks flying now. Good. Inspector, you need to get down here right now. Just a minute, Spotty. You really need to get back right now. Okay, I'm coming. Can't leave him alone for more than 5 minutes and he starts whimpering. Not easy taking care of a pupper sometimes. Oh. Pepper! Surprised to see me so soon, Inspector. Last time was the catnip steal, I guess. If you hadn't caught the mad cat, I would have paid him back personally. On to business, though. No sudden moves or I'll shoot. It's me. Someone needs to talk to you. Who are you talking about? Oh, little cat you're expecting. But first, I need to know something. What were you doing outside? Trying to get on the roof? Did you mess with the laser? Tell me the truth. No laser, I promise. So what you doing then? I had to go out there and grab the key for the medicine cabinet. You can have it back if you want. Why would I have done that? I thought maybe there might be something in there I could use to make you sick. Make me sick with headache medicine? What a moron. One of Cat Town's finest. Come on. Don't try anything stupid, mind you. And the police dog's invited too. Buddy, remember I said about closing your eyes, okay? Shut your mouth, Waffles. Move it. Ah, and now everyone is here. Hello, Waffles. Very good to see you again. Snowball, you're involved in this? And nice to meet you as well, Spotty. How are you here? I saw you in prison. And where's your scar? You already know that wasn't me, Inspector. Don't play the fool. One thing I know not to do is underestimate you, and I'm confident you now understand the events of the last few days. I need to know what you're doing with the laser. Are you gonna destroy the entire city? Goodness no! What kind of mad cat do you think I am? Destroy the city? To what end? There's no point in doing that. I want power. And inciting a little chaos is the quickest way to get it. Cat Town will be under my paw soon enough. These are delusions of grandeur, Snowball. Perhaps for small-minded cats as yourself. But for me, this is ambition. No need for pedantry, though. I'm sure you're more interested in discussing some of the more confusing events from these past few days. That's true. You know me well. I'm grateful for you, you know. I've had so much fun with you lately. You deserve a pat on the back. And a scritchy. The laser is ready, and now I'm just waiting for Patches to bring everyone out of the building. We have a couple minutes to spare. Wait, what'd you say? You're not using the laser during the debate? Ah, you'll see, friend. I'm always one step ahead. You know, Pepper's pointing a gun at my back, but I keep a low profile. Can't even click on him. What's this giant joystick? To start, we'll go back to the beginning, to the formulation of my greatest desire, control every soul in Cat Town. Some years ago, I created a corporation of thieves. We secured a large number of assets, became rich, and the police couldn't catch us. Yet I remained unsatisfied. Unlike Robin Wolf, we were not respected. We only inspired fear among the populace, and they saw us as a threat. Well, you didn't share money with the poor. Not completely true, dear cat. I paid people to do various jobs for me, some of whom were in need of cash. Unfortunately, they weren't as trustworthy as my original crew. Soon I had an epiphany. I'd never be able to control Cat Town until I literally controlled their minds. No more ulterior motives, no undue fear, no doubting my ability. You're mad. No, I'm Snowball. Oh, you know, it's a creative madness, and I'm proud of that. I had this wild idea of hypnotizing our fellow citizens. We started simple, reverse psychology, classic conditioning, basic things. But we needed subjects to experiment upon. Okay, so you did psychological training on guinea pigs? No guinea pigs, cats and dogs, of course. It took some time, but our first tests were quite interesting. We tried and succeeded in making the subject believe he was someone else. How good was he, Waffles? You met him. Do you know who I'm referring to? Mallow. Oh, your brother Mallow. He's the one in prison. He believes he's you. Correct. He really looks just like me, don't you think? He's your brother, Snowball. How can you let him rot in prison? And I scratched his face for nothing. Yes, that is a shame. Collateral damage, as they say. In my defense, Mallow approached me in desperation many years ago. He was broke, his shop was going under, and he asked me for a cotton candy company was going out of business. I alone would have kept them up and running. I seized the opportunity, and now he is my very own stunt double. It became a very practical setup. He'd be eating at a restaurant, every police cat and dog in town watching him. And on the other end of the city, I would be robbing a shop. That's why you always had an alibi. Now you're catching on. It was one of my best ideas, not even mentioning the other advantages it presented me. So you said Mallow's lobotomization had other advantages? Lobotomization? Pfft. We're not such base animals, Waffles. He's my brother, even if he wasn't the brightest kitten in our litter. I would never put him under the knife like that. But since he was on the team, I made use of him. We made him disappear to another city, and I was able to procure his old shop. In his cotton candy shop, let me guess. You used it as a safe house. While Mallow was in prison, you'd hide there while preparing whatever plans you had in mind. Maybe you're a little quicker than I expected. And as you sat quietly in the shop, your brother pushed pancakes off a rooftop. I must tell you the truth. We conditioned Mallow to be like me. Before this incident, I told him to hurt Inspector Waffles. He surprised even myself. He understood that killing your partner would hurt you more than just a physical wound. You're too compassionate, Waffles. It's your weakness, a target on your back. ... Nothing to say, friend? You're the most cowardly and pathetic cat I know. The sentiment is appreciated. Now back to the story. Mallow wasn't the only subject in our first batch of experiments.
So you had a batch of test subjects?
Oh yes, we hypnotized a number of cats and dogs. Mostly those who nobody would look for notice behaving differently. Each of them possessed something we felt could use to our advantage, a trait or an object. The Maple Market cashier, for example. We knew the shop was localized over a sewer access, so we used it as our first safe house. He held our fake cult meetings too, but you already know about that. Sometimes, though, the subject has flaws. I spent many nights with Mallow trying to share all my memories, but he would just forget the most important one of all. Did you notice?
I guess you remember what you said when Patches interrogated you after catching you on the streets by sheer luck?
Nothing is luck with me, Inspector, and yes, of course I remember. There is more than one way to skin a cat. Heh.
Yep. Mallow didn't know. That's how I knew something was off about him. You would never forget that moment.
I knew it would happen someday. Inevitable, really. We had many failures. There was a dog that wasn't receptive to the experiments at all. We never determined why, but sometimes he would just black out. No bother, he was useless anyway. An antiques collector or something, if I remember well.
That's Lucius. I've met him. He was hypnotized by a fishing rod.
Yes, that's him. Not my best creation, but I've improved quite a bit from there.
But how is all this related to Fluffy's death?
Patience, Inspector. As I was telling you, I had some inopportune results with hypnosis. It took too much time for how low our success rate was. I was close to ceasing everything. That is, until somebody gave me a peek of what was happening at Box Furniture.
Then you went to Fluffy's house, but not alone, with a powerful ally. You needed somebody strong as Pavlov, but... why?
Yes, Pavlov was with me, but you know nothing of Fluffy's true identity. Without Pavlov, there was no way I could ever hope to defeat...
Wait a minute. It's been like 4 times in the game, but weren't they talking about like a superhero cat that used to run around in town? Was that who Fluffy was? Secretly? I mean, he had his own secret lair inside of his house and all that stuff. Maybe he was a previous superhero. I mean, like, there's several superheroes that are also CEOs of companies. I kinda wish I was, but... yeah. I call it Snuggletech Enterprises.
Peppa mentioned Pavlov to me some time ago, and when I met him, Pavlov's potential was immediately visible. Clearly, Sorry to bore you, Waffles. Clearly an asset we wanted on the team. I knew we would need to do a thorough job with him, so we used a special method just for him.
Classic conditioning and using a bella to boot.
Precisely. It took far longer than we imagined, but the retraining was so impractical it didn't matter. He was ready to go by the time the Box Furniture intel arrived.
What intel?
It's quite interesting. Did you know that Box Furniture has an R&D development with an enormous budget? Very high-tech stuff they produce. Odd for a cardboard company, no?
Yeah, like that Wayne Tech Enterprises place?
They were experimenting on a new technology for collecting info on their different boxes. They called it barcodes. You use some kind of laser on it and can edit them on the computer. I can't be bothered with the details, so who cares? But during the initial tests, the laser made a red dot on the wall. All scientists in the room went crazy. They were jumping all around, fighting like primitive animals, and it was even more effective on dogs. It triggered their desire to hunt prey.
That sounds terrible. I would never want to be like that.
Oh, dear police blog, don't you worry. You might enjoy being a bit more feral.
So just to be clear, you went to Fluffy's house with Pavlov, and under your orders, he threw Fluffy through the window. Yes, and I found some interesting info on this computer, which led me to who has possession of a laser's blueprint. You stole it and murdered the cat in the street. Ooh, you're finishing my sentences. We must be made for each other. Cue the shipping. Fuck shipping. Okay, I get that you were behind these two murders. But you're wondering about the fake leads, yes? Yep. Sure. I'm quite proud of those, you know. What would you like to know? Fake Polaroids of both victims. Of course, those were patches. I planned on you being out of the picture by the time you found the second one. And without you or Pancakes, well, none of us were surprised by how poorly you handled the case from there. All of which was the second part of my plan. Patches would believe that Maple was the next target. He didn't stop to think twice before heading to Maple's office, and so off we went to quietly pocket the ruby we needed without any police interference. They were all looking for a threat that didn't exist. Wait, so even the museum security ended up going to Maple's place? Meow ha ha ha. I know, I'm quite the genius. Any other false leads you'd like to discuss? The secret underground cult. That was especially made just for you, Inspector. I needed to make sure I wouldn't be disturbed while stealing the ruby for the laser. It was the best way to keep you out of my fur. You're too much of a threat to my plans, and the only one of who can challenge me intellectually. Well, beside Pancakes, of course, but I don't need to paint you a picture, now do I? Why not just kill me, though? For the fun of it, Waffles! It was far more enjoyable to watch you stumble and falter and lose the respect of your team. I'm not a psychopath, after all. Debatable, but please go on. I know you leave me no stone unturned. Your personal life may be a mess, but you're a perfectionist when it comes to detective work. Even if you do have minimal respect for procedure. So why not simply plant some fake clues in your case? Sure, it needed extra time and planning. Getting into Irwin's house or finding 30 cats for a cult. A lot of preparation was needed. But I knew the payoff would be worth it. We must enjoy the little things, you know. It really was a treat to watch unfold. I almost owe you a thanks. I should have known better. Should have seen through those clues. Oh, don't blame yourself. It did incredible work orchestrating that. And you really couldn't have been expected to know any better. The plan worked to perfection. We had the ruby, the cannon was ready and secure. Everything was going very smoothly. We decided to lay low for a bit and headed to the nearest safe house. But when we arrived, we saw both of you there, with Pavlov leaving the cotton candy shop. So I did something I detest. I changed my plan. You had uncovered too much of it, so I decided to deploy the laser as soon as possible. And I suppose you thought the same, so here you are, trying in vain to stop me. You got that right. Too late now, my friend. We're only waiting on Patches to let everyone else out. Because of the pending threat. And then showtime! We initiate the laser and create what I love most in this world. Chaos. I can hardly wait. It's such a powerful feeling. One that I deserve for all my hard work. But Patches is being a bit slow, as you could expect. So while we're waiting, I guess it means it's my turn to ask questions. I hope you'll be as respectful as I was and answer with complete honesty. My first question is a simple one. Why did you go see Mallow in prison? Why did you want to interrogate him? To what end? I wasn't linked to Fluffy's death after all. Actually, I found it here in Fluffy's office. It belonged to you. Dana match and all. Ah, I see. In spite of my perfectly executed every step of the way, the only betrayal was by my own fur.
one of my crew secured a key pass that would allow me through Fluffy's bathroom to the top floor. Pavlov couldn't have done the job on his own, so I had to be there. Oh well, it doesn't matter anyhow. The only difference is that you had a small preview of my return to the spotlight. Ha! You knew I was involved in one way or another, but how did you find the safe house? How did you make the connection to the shop? I cannot figure it out.
Spotty picked up a sugary trail back in the station, and we followed it without any idea what we'd find along the way.
Your little friend here who did all the work? I wasn't expecting that at all.
And why would that be? Spotty is a talented sniffer dog.
No, not that. You have never been the type to ask another police cat or dog for help in a case. But you're not ashamed to call your little mommy, are you? Do you know how many times you called her during your investigation? Just the once. That's pretty good, I must admit. You only called her when you absolutely needed it. You are definitely the best inspector in town. Anyway,
I get that changes if you call her more often.
Anyway, ever since pancakes fell from the roof, you devolved into a loner and a milkaholic. But good on you, Waffles. Happy to see you back on your paws. Such a shame you've got other issues to deal with now, though, yes? Wait, you hear that sound? It's the sweet music of a crowd in motion. It's time to start our little machine. Peppa, are you ready? Don't forget to shield your eyes from the outside.
Spotty, you know what to do, remember?
Don't look, Miriam. Don't look. Mwah! Ha! Ha! Ha!
No! Click.
Wah! Ha! 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 Ha!
Laser. Sparkles. Ah! No! Oh, sorry, I took a nap.
Oh, well,
that was easy.
Couple of weeks later. Hey, hi. Can I get everyone's attention? As some of you know, I've decided to leave the department. I've been on the force for more than 10 years, and now feels like the right time to do something different. While investigating Fluffy's case, I made a lot of mistakes, and, like, a lot. I know everybody goofs at some point, but I want to be honest about my abilities with myself and all of you. To be frank, the situation could have been a lot worse without the dedication we saw from Spotty and Waffles. If not for them, I could have made an even bigger mess. I owe them both a debt of gratitude. I was worried they'd get along like cats and dogs, but I'm very happy to see that I was wrong. Sure, you're welcome, Chief. Pixel, you too. Everyone who works here, really. I'll miss each of you.
Oh wait, so that's what she looks like. We'll miss you too, Chief, I guess. Do you know what you're gonna do?
I think so. I always wanted to I always say to everyone I meet that I'm a gourmand.
That's not how you say it.
And it's time to put my food where my mouth is. You'll all see soon enough.
You aren't gonna say? I'm curious.
No, it's a surprise. But you're all on the invites list. Croissants for Peanut, cinnamon coffee for Mocha, hot dog for Spotty. It'll be my treat.
Speaking of, has anybody seen Spotty?
I'm not sure. Let's find him before celebrating. Good idea, Chief. Now we're cooking with gas.
One last pun for the road, huh?
Forever and always.
You'll be missed, Patches. By everybody but me.
No need to be sentimental, Waffles. It's time for me to head out. But before that, let me introduce you to our new chief. Everybody, please give a warm welcome for Pancakes.
Hey, everyone. I'm, not good at making speeches, but here we are, so I've got to do it.
Mayor Cookie is going to join us later, so one long and tedious speech will be more than enough for us all. Friends, you cannot imagine how happy I am to be back here with each of you. Just being able to work again is a treat. Many times, I thought it would be impossible for me both physically and emotionally. But you were all so kind and gracious to me while I recovered. I will never forget what you all done for me. I feel better than I have in a long time, and I can't wait to work alongside the team again. We're going to do some amazing work for our city. And that's all for me. It's time to enjoy our party. I'd like to propose a toast. Wait. Waffles, could you find Spotty for us? I don't want to make a toast without our favorite sniffer dog. Oh yeah, back in a minute. Hey Waffles, how you been? I haven't seen you at the Metal Hut lately. Hi Cha. Yeah, I've been doing some DIY work at my apartment. I think I'm gonna take better care of it than I did before. I'll be back to the Metal Heart soon. It'll be good to hang out if you're gonna be there, but what are you doing here at the party? Oh, I just wanted to say goodbye to Patches. He came to pick you up from the boss so many times. I feel like I know him almost as well as I know you. Oh, cool. Cool. Very cool. Gulp. Hector, ask her out. Everyone's waiting. What? You may be the best inspector in town, but you have zero clue when a girl likes you. Aren't you supposed to be at the buffet with everyone else? No. Boca said I'm not allowed near the buffet until everyone else has at least one plate. Last time I got there first and ate pretty much everything. People were upset. That's not important now. You're talking with your friend. I'm not going to interrupt her anymore. Say what I need to say. I can hear you two whispering. He's not wrong though, Waffles. When are you going to ask me out? Yes? Do you want to get a drink sometime? Waffles? I own a bar. It's the last thing I want to do in my spare time. True. Well, you'll figure it out. I'm gonna chat with Patches. See you soon. I aced it. Mind if I ask you something? Sure, Peanut. She gonna be your girlfriend? I like her. I'm gonna go look for Spotty and pretend I never heard your question. Why would I date her when I can date Spotty? Hey buddy, what are you doing out here? We're all waiting for you. Oh, I'm coming. Just give me a minute. What's going on, Spotty? I already told you. It's just sometimes I prefer to be alone. Hey listen, you and I are alike, you know? When I asked you to help with Fluffy's case, I didn't really want you around. Well, not for too long at least. I didn't think anybody could prove helpful and I was afraid of getting close to anybody else. But you stuck around, and you were a wonderful friend to have around. You're the best partner I could have asked for. Just don't tell that to Pancakes. Inspector? I really don't know what to say. Well, inside the station there are a bunch of friends at the party waiting to see you. Take your time if you need to be alone for a bit, but enjoy the good moments when you can. Don't let them pass by. And right now is one of those moments. Spotty? Earlier, Inspector, you said we were friends? Yes, friends. And please, just call me Waffles. Yeah? Huggies! Yay! And that was Inspector Waffles, a game by Goloso Games. Or Goloso. I've seen the cover art for this for several years now over on GOG and such, and I've been wanting to play this for a long time. This is an absolutely adorable game. As you know, here's my sister. Incredible support through the years. A big thanks to yeah. The artwork for it is a little basic. Like there's practically no real animation to it. Nobody's walking around when you click and stuff like that. But at the same time, a point and click doesn't need that. It had nice puzzles. It had good backgrounds. It had everything it needed to be a good adventure game. And also, what is this? Inspector, how are you today? Hello, everyone. I've got some good news to share. Presenting your Wool Ball collection card album. Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. It's all yours now. Have a good day. Wait, let me check the cards inside. Oh, no, some rare cards are still missing. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't able to find all of them. Oh well, still better than nothing. Thanks for your dedication, Inspector. It would have been interesting to see what would happen if I found all the cards. Well, too late now. Can't redo the adventure. Or can I? No. I don't feel like replaying the entire game to find out whatever secret ending that is. Alright, so, as I was saying, this is an adorable game. Very nice addition to the point-and-click adventure genre. I highly suggest it. It is available on GOG, as well as Steam, and probably some other places. I don't know. Also, as this little wish list little thing over here says, there's a second game. Apparently a prequel. For like his early years as an inspector. Which I believe can be included in like a bundle deal. I don't remember. But for now, I think that's it. Nothing else to the game anyway. I don't feel like looking up what the secret ending is, so you play it and find out and then tell me. Because I know you're going to. I always get so many comments in my videos. I hope everybody has a fun day, and game on!
Game on! Game on! Game on!
Thank you all for watching. You're welcome to come see me record these episodes live at twitch.tv/SuperBunnyBun.
You can also say hi on Blue Sky at SuperBunnyBun.
But most importantly, I'd really appreciate it if you could like yourself, comment about how awesome you are, and subscribe to Happy Thoughts. And until next time, stay fuzzy and huggable. Bye!